Children, in the previous presentation, I have told you till the SI unit of volume, that is cubic meter. Small m raised to the power 3. Now, in this presentation, I am going to start with the definition of 1 cubic meter. What do you mean by 1 cubic meter? 1 cubic meter is the volume of a cube with each side 1 meter long as shown in the figure. This figure is of cube. Each side, it means its length, breadth and height is 1 meter. When we multiply L with B with H, L means length, B means breadth, H means height. When we multiply side into side into side, we get volume of a cube. So 1 cubic meter is the volume of a cube with each side 1 meter long. Right, children? Now children, we are going to start with other units of volume. One unit we already know, that is cubic meter. That cubic meter is the bigger unit of volume. Other units are cubic centimeters. Cubic centimeter, centimeter is the smaller unit of volume. If we need to measure the volume of the smaller things, small things, then we use the unit cubic centimeter, and we can represent this with cc, small c, small c. Okay children? 1 cubic centimeter is the volume of the cube with each side 1 centimeter long. Yes children, same as of 1 cubic meter. In case of centimeter, we are taking the value 1 centimeter. In case of cubic meter, we are taking the value of side 1 meter. So if we need to measure the volume of the smaller things, then we measure it in centimeter cube. That we can define the volume of the cube. Volume of the cube, each side is 1 centimeter long. Length also 1 centimeter, breadth 1 centimeter, height also 1 centimeter. Hence 1 centimeter cube equals to 1 centimeter multiplied by 1 centimeter multiplied by 1 centimeter. The volume of the liquids is generally measured in liter. This already we know. We are talking about cubic meter, cubic centimeter. These are the units to measure the volume of any solid things. Okay children. Now if we have to measure the volume of the liquid, that we measure in the form of liter or milliliter. Okay children. Sometimes cubic decimeter is also used as the unit of volume, and its symbol is d, m raised to the power small m raised to the power 3. Here we use d and m in small letters. Okay children. So how do we define? Whenever we write cube, whenever we write m raised to the power 3, that is known as cube, 1 decimeter cube, it means 1 decimeter is 3 times. When we are writing 1 centimeter cube, it means centimeter, 1 centimeter is 3 times multiplied. So here 1 decimeter cube equals to 1 decimeter multiplied by 1 decimeter multiplied by 1 decimeter. Right children? As we know, 1 decimeter is equals to 10 centimeter. 1 decimeter equals to 10 centimeter. So in place of 1 decimeter, what we can write? We can write 10 centimeter. So second decimeter, in place of second 1 decimeter, what we can write? 10 centimeter. Again, in place of 1 decimeter, what we can write? 10 centimeter. So 10 centimeter comes 3 times. 1, 2 and 3. How many zeros are there? 3 zeros are there. When 10 multiplied by this repeatedly 3 times, 10 centimeter multiplied by 10 centimeter multiplied by 10 centimeter, it comes 1000 centimeter cube, and 1000 centimeter cube is equals to 1 liter. Okay. Next we start with the relationship between meter cube and centimeter cube. I have told you what do you mean by 1 cubic meter. I have told you what do you mean by 1 cubic centimeter. It means meter cube and centimeter cube. And as we know, 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters. So first, how do we write 1 meter cube? 1 meter cube we write 3 times. 1 meter multiplied by 1 meter multiplied by 1 meter. And as we know, 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. It means we can write 100 centimeter 3 times. How? 100 centimeter multiplied by 100 centimeter multiplied by 100 centimeter. This 100 centimeter is in place of this 1 meter. Right, children? 1 meter multiplied by 1 meter multiplied by 1 meter. Same way as we are writing 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. So in place of first 1 meter we are writing 100 centimeter. Second 1 meter we are writing again 100 centimeter. And third 1 meter we are writing 100 centimeter. How many zeros are there? 6 zeros. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many zeros are there? There are 6 zeros. It means we can write it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many times centimeter comes? 3 times. So we are writing it 10 lakh centimeter cube. 10 raised to the power 6 centimeter cube. So we now we can tell you what the relationship between meter cube and the centimeter cube. If anyone will ask you, what will you answer? You can answer 1 meter cube is equals to 10 lakh centimeter cube or 10 raised to the power 6 centimeter cube. Right, children? Next is, as we know, 1000 centimeter cube makes 1 liter. I have told you in the previous slide. 1 liter equals to 1000 centimeter cube. So when 1 liter is equals to 1000 centimeter cube, hence it can be represented by like this. If we need to find out 1 centimeter cube, it will be 1 upon 1000 liter. That is what it is written, 10 raised to the power minus 3 liter. It means 1 is divided by 1000, 1000. And 1 upon 1000 is equals to 1 milliliter. Okay, children? So here is the relationship. Again, this is the repetition of the first point. That is 1 meter cube is equals to 10 lakh centimeter cube equals to 10 raised to the power 6 centimeter cube. So we know this 1 liter equals to 1000 centimeter cube equals to 1000 ml. It means 1 ml equals to 1 centimeter cube or 10 raised to the power minus 6 meter. So here in the slide, what you can see, there are two pictures. This is the picture of measuring cylinder and this is the picture of measuring beaker. So why do we use them? We use them to measure the volume of liquids. These are the vessels for measuring the volume of the liquid. To measure the volume of the liquid such as water, milk, oil, etc., we generally use the following two kinds of vessels. Number 1 is measuring cylinder and number 2 is measuring beaker. How do we use them? How do we use them? We need to use them first. We'll take them, wash it and dry it and pour the water, milk, whatever the liquid which we need to measure it, the volume. Okay, children? So what we do is we pour the liquid in it until where it comes. We note down the reading. As you can see, here are many readings. We note down the reading, that is the particular volume of that liquid. Okay, children? Now we'll study in detail what about the measuring cylinder. Here you can see in this measuring cylinder, on the top it is written ml. This is of 100 ml. Capacity of this measuring beaker is 100 ml. It starts from 0 till ends on 100. So it is a cylinder generally of area of cross section 10 centimeter square. Its area from the top till bottom is 10 centimeter square, made up of either glass or plastic. It is made up of glass or plastic, and mostly we use in the laboratories, chemistry lab, etc. Okay children, so this is the measuring cylinder. So how do we use them? That I have already told you. How do we use them? We wash it, then we dry it, and we are pouring the liquid in it, and from where till it comes, suppose it comes till 70, and we see the reading completely, keeping our eye just in front straight of 70, and we note down the reading that the volume of the liquid is 70 ml. Now what you can see in this picture, there are many measuring beakers. Many are there. These are also available in different capacities. Can be of 250 ml, can be of 100 ml, can be of 500 ml, and you can see when your milkman comes, he is having many measuring beakers with him. As a requirement, he gives us milk. If we need 500 ml milk, he takes out the beaker of 500 ml and dip into his bucket and take it out and give us. Okay children, so this is the measuring beaker to measure the volume of the liquid. A measuring beaker is used to measure a definite volume of a liquid such as milk, oil, lubricating oil, etc. Thus they are available in different capacities like 50 ml, 100 ml and 500 ml, etc. How to use it? How to use it? I have told you we have to first wash it, then dry it, and after that suppose we need to measure the 200 ml milk. What we do is, for this we take 200 ml of beaker and we put into the bucket that is full of milk and take it out completely filled with the milk, that beaker of 200 ml, and pour into the another container. Like this we come to know this is 200 ml milk. Okay children? Here we start with measurement of volume of regular objects. Okay children, I have told you what do you mean by volume. What is the SI unit of volume? We need to measure the smaller things, so what are their units? If we need to convert from meter cube to the centimeter cube to centimeter cube into ml and the meter cube into liter, this relationships also I have told you. Now these are about the liquids, or we can measure the volume of the objects. Now there are different shapes of the objects are available. Some are in cube shape, some are in cuboid shape, some shapes are of sphere, some shapes cylindrical. So their volumes also we need to measure. Yes children, their volume also we need to measure, and like the volume of the cube we measure, as I have told you, in 1 cubic meter, same way we have the formulas of cube, cuboid, sphere, cone, cylinder to measure the volume of them. Okay children, volume of the cube is equals to one side cube, because all the sides in the cube are equal in length. Volume of a cuboid is, we can measure it L multiplied by B multiplied by H, because length, breadth and height, these are not equal in length. Okay children, volume of the sphere we can measure with the help of this formula 4 divided by 3 pi r cube. Yes children, pi value is already fixed, that is 22 upon 7 3 or 3.14, and r is the radius of the sphere. Volume of a cylinder we can measure by the help of this formula pi r square multiplied by height. R is the radius, pi value is fixed, and height we measure and we keep the value in the formula and we calculate the volume of the cylinder. Same way we can use the volume of a cone by the help of this formula pi divided by 3 multiplied by r square multiplied by height. Here also we need to measure the radius and the height, and that I have already told you the value of the pi is equals to 3.14 or 22 upon 7. These are regular objects. Regular objects means their shape is totally defined, whether it's a cube or cuboid, sphere, cylinder, cone. So we know their formula, and by substituting the value after measuring, we can find out their volume very easily. So children, here in this slide, we are going to learn about the measurement of volume of an irregular body. Till now I have told you about the regular bodies, how to measure the volume of regular bodies. Their shapes are defined well, like cube, cuboid, sphere, cone and cylindrical, etc. So by substituting the values in their formulas, we can find out the volume of regular bodies very easily. But if we need to find out the volume of an irregular body like a stone, its shape is not defined, whether it is a cube, cuboid, sphere, cone, cylinder, etc. So how do we find out its volume? So here is the method. The volume of a solid of irregular shape like stone, it can be stone or anything, can be measured by using a measuring cylinder. Measuring cylinder I have already told you about. By the method of displacement of liquid. In measuring cylinder, what we are taking to measure the volume? Liquid. So with the help of this measuring cylinder, and it is filled with the liquid, and when the liquid displaces, we can find out the volume of a solid whose shape is not defined. Each body occupies space equal to its own volume. Yes children, whatever, any body, whether its shape defined properly or not defined, it means whether the body is regular or irregular, it occupies space equal to its own volume. Therefore, if a body of irregular shape is immersed, it means it's dipped into a liquid which we have taken in the measuring cylinder. It displaces what? If we take the solid and dip into the liquid of the measuring cylinder, so what will happen? It displaces the liquid. When it displaces the liquid, according to the volume of the solid, as it is having its own volume, that much liquid can be displaced by the irregular body. It displaces the volume of liquid equal to its own volume as to occupy the space of the liquid. Thus, the volume of a body of irregular shape is equals to volume of liquid displaced by the body when it is immersed completely into the liquid. That we can understand by it this activity very well. Measurement of volume of stone. Stone is a irregular body. Here we have taken two measuring cylinder. First measuring cylinder completely not filled. First it is filled with the water till 60 ml. You can see this mark on which I am marking. You can see it. This is 60 ml when there is no irregular body immersed in it. When we have taken the stone whose volume we need to measure, tie with a thread and immersed into the liquid completely, what happens? Its volume increases. Whose volume? Liquid. Liquid volume is fixed. So why it is increasing? It is increasing because stone is immersed into it. So stone displaces the water. Stone displaces the water equal to its own volume. That increased and it 60 ml, from 60 ml to 80 ml. So what is the volume of the stone? Volume of the stone. The volume of the stone is equals to final level of the water minus initial level of the water. What is the final level of the water? That is 80 ml after immersing the stone into the measuring cylinder. And initial level of the water was 60 ml. When we subtract them, we get 20 ml. Ml usually and ml, that is milliliter, usually we use for liquids. So here stone is a solid, and as we know 1 milliliter is equals to 1 centimeter cube, hence 20 ml is equals to 20 centimeter cube. So what is the volume of the stone? That is 20 centimeter cube. Okay children, I hope you understood this well.